Hey guys, Patreon people, you $10 and up peoples. A little bit different sort of thing today, or this month, or every month thereafter, perhaps. You'll notice that in the huge category, I'll say it this way, as far as the rewards go, of course it says I will try to record short, unlisted videos of me working once a month with various updates and some Q&A based on your comments. That's what the Q&A videos were, right? And right below that, you'll notice if I ever get a stable internet connection, the above reward will be replaced with this improved version. I will stream myself playing my cartoons, images, blah, blah, blah. Playing games and so on. I recently figured out that I can stream, even with my poopy internet connection. Poopy. I can actually stream, and I have been, as you probably have noticed from the Courage thing that I did, if you haven't noticed me streaming outright already. Uh, so I have started doing that, and of course those aren't private or anything. So this video is primarily me just thinking to myself, how do I kind of fulfill that reward at the same time? Because I don't think I'll continue doing the Q&A videos as long as I can continue streaming, but at the same time I like the idea of being able to answer your questions specifically. But at the same time, it's not like, I mean, if I do a stream, I can read off your questions, but there's no guarantee that you're going to be there. Plus, I'm not going to be recording those because I stream all the time now. Uh, so I guess I'm asking you guys, what do you guys think about it? How do you think that I should do a workaround with that? You may not care at all. I have no idea. Uh, but I did want to make absolutely certain that you guys knew that I was streaming now, and I wanted to make sure that you knew where exactly that stream was. And I'll just plaster that all over the screen or put it in the description or something. But I basically stream on Picardo, and if I try to stream a game, it'll be on Twitch. But Twitch is really bad for streaming as far as I go. If I stream on like the most base of base quality settings, then I can just barely do it. Although it has a lot of problems associated with it, so I haven't really bothered streaming games too much so far. But that's something that I might end up doing too. So I'll go ahead and include that as well. But again, I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew about it. I wanted your thoughts on the Q&A videos, in general. This will be a short one. You guys didn't have any questions this month anyways. And of course I am running out of time again this month. Streaming is so much nicer since I can just do it whenever and I don't have to have a setup for it, like set up a bunch of recording software and everything else. So that's the reason why I wrote that down in the first place in my original, uh, in the original reward things. I just wanted to make sure that it's something that I could do easily. Okay. Anyways, I'll read off your final little questions here, and then this will be it for this particular Q&A. This should be a pretty short video. May not even have any video associated with it. I'm just doing a recording just through Audacity right now. Might just have a static background image. I have no idea. I don't know. Anyways, but you if you want to see me working, you'll definitely see more of that on stream. Anyways, most of you guys were just responding to things that I had said last time. Scott McElroy asked me, "You always seem to have a lot of irons in the fire." Oh yeah, I definitely do. If you had the means, would you hire a team of Minions employees to animate for you? Well, keep in mind, hiring someone full time would mean actually, hiring someone full time. Imagine the amount of money that you would have to make to be able to pay a single other employee. Like even minimum wage, paying someone a minimum wage. But of course, usually the way animation studios sort of work, especially the online ones, is they will pay out by commission, like at a very specific rate, and they'll hire someone that way, which I've considered doing. But the short end of that is that I'm still not, settled on all the money issues and whatnot. Because, if I make X amount of dollars a month, I still have to pay taxes and all this other stuff. And paying taxes this first quarter, along with last year's, was a pretty big hit. Pretty big hit. So I wisely decided to. I think I even mentioned this last month. I wisely decided not to overinvest myself using money right away. Um, of course, originally, whenever I first started the Patreon, I thought, well, people might donate like $200 a month, and that'll supplement YouTube for a while, and maybe over the course of about 5 years, I might work up to the point that I might be able to actually support myself. But then everyone just contributed right away, and now I was able to support myself right away. Um, so I had this idea, well, over time, I will develop enough context that I will be able to have a sufficient background of people that I know and so forth that, I could just then eventually, once I get to that point, have enough context to where I can assemble my own little group of people to help out and stuff like that. But it happened so quickly, I haven't had time to sort of develop all these little connections and things. And I really haven't had the time per month to be able to worry about it either. Anyways, that's the gist of that. As far as actually getting people to animate, it's not like a real studio. Like, usually if you're getting people to help with you, you're getting in-betweeners that are drawing the frames between your keyframes. But I don't work frame to frame anyways. I tween things for the sake of time. So hiring people to do that would be kind of tantamount to just hiring someone to do my job for me. Uh, because then I would have to draw the assets, but the way that I work, I don't like most people that draw like tween cartoons have like a single puppet, and it's just a flat 2D thing of that same puppet just moving its arms around, and that's all it is. But me, I have a lot of dynamic images. I switch scenes and perspectives so much that there's no way that I can use one puppet. So it would probably end up taking even more time to hand that down to someone else, and it would, for me to just do it myself. So I don't know. This is one of those things that I haven't given too much thought to just yet. It's something I'll have to worry about in the future, I'm sure. But for the time being, there's really no way that I can do that. But I have considered doing things like hiring, maybe like a music guy or voice guys, voice acting and things like that. But again, those are things that I'm going to be doing in the far-flung future, even all that considered. So if I hire animators, it might be like 3 years from now. If I hire voice work, it might be 1 year from now. It's that sort of deal. So it's not something I'm worried about too much right now. Felix Sunderberg wanted to know, are there other characters you've designed for role-playing purposes or NPCs or such willing to share your creepy OCs, original characters? Usually, like if you look at my Dark Souls menu or something, or any sort of created character in any game, usually they have the same list of guys. And my original characters are always people that I end up using in my settings anyways. So I imagine if you want to see my creepy OCs, just stick around for the quote-unquote Saiyan girl thing once again. And you'll probably see most of them. People like Aten or Kalrin or Khalifa or, Intasine or Chure or Moya and just all the people like that, and Gath and so on. All of those you'll probably see more of, and if you see their names, like in a Dark Souls video or something, later on, then you can go back and go, oh yeah, that thing. And even though, like, Gath, for example, is a big, giant, black, sort of rock monster thing with an unmoving face, very horrible creature, I might have, like, a human character that's like a big guy that has a strength-based build or something like that. So yeah, I actually do have a lot of characters. But I don't take them too seriously within the context of the game. But I do like to sort of have a loose framework for who they are. If I ever decide in game I want to do something in character for the fun of it or something, one of those little things. Anyway, that's it. I think those are the only two questions I had this month because most of you guys were just responding to things, which is fine. It doesn't bother me at all. But again, this should be about 10 minutes long. So again, go visit my stream. The best way to watch out for the alerts of that, is going to be signing up for Twitter and just following me on Twitter. On Precoto or Twitch, you can make your own account and then follow me, and whenever I start streaming, it'll send you an email saying, hey, Plague has started streaming. But those tend to take like, I know some people sometimes say that it takes like an hour for those things to actually reach them. So I kind of just tend to say, well, if you're the kind of person that checks Twitter all the time, then, just check Twitter. Because that's the easiest way to follow it, because it'll be instantaneous. You can see the Twitter feed and go, oh, he's streaming. I know. But I'm not saying to just have Twitter open at a tab all the time in the hopes that I'll start streaming. That's stupid. But, if that's the thing, whatever's convenient for you, I guess. This is one of those things where I've been trying to think of a way that's really convenient, but I guess getting the following emails, alerts, that's just the easiest way to do it, I guess. If I can think of a way to psychically project myself into your brain going, now, then, maybe I'll do that. But the technology does not exist yet, so bad for us. Anyways, again, just give me your thoughts on whatever you think about in regards to ideas for how to handle the Q&A things. I really don't like the idea of having set times for streams. For one, I have like my sleep disorder shit that I have to deal with in my daily life. So my sleep is constantly rotating. Like right now, it's like 10:26 a.m. And that's because I just randomly fell asleep last night. Just because I clonked out. Like I couldn't do anything. I just, for some reason, was just completely exhausted for no explicable reason and just fell asleep. And the day before, I was asleep at this time. And it was like the middle of the night for me. And then the day before that, it was shifted a little bit over where I was just then falling asleep. Like, my sleep schedule makes no sense and hasn't for the longest time. My body just has weird, I don't know what the sleep disorder is, but I have it. So it makes it a nightmare for me. Plus, I'm sure a lot of you people are, like, from Australia or Europe or the Americas. There's no way of timing it perfectly for everyone. So setting a set time for a stream is also really not a great idea. But I still stream nonetheless. And and actually the wonky sleep schedule actually makes it kind of useful, because I sometimes stream for people in the Americas and sometimes stream for people over in Australia or Europe. It just depends on when I start streaming, and I stream kind of just so randomly that it ends up affecting everyone. So I guess that's a positive? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a negative. I don't know. Anyways, give me your thoughts. Pleasure yourselves or don't. Whatever. I don't care. And I guess go ahead and leave your questions for next month just in case. I may not make any more of these Q&A videos. I don't know yet. That's the reason why I'm asking you guys what your thoughts are. Because as you can tell, it does sort of get in the way of some of my scheduling and stuff to have to stop and make another video. But if you want to see me streaming, I'll be streaming today. I'll be streaming probably the day after that and so on. And it's pretty much the exact same thing that I'm doing now, except I don't talk the entire time. I can actually work and then look over at the chat ever so often and focus on the work rather than doing this. Which is, as you probably noticed in previous Q&A videos, I tend to get absolutely no work done during those because I'm so busy answering these questions. This is kind of how it works. Anyways, so long everyone. Enjoy this audio without any video.